Hi, good afternoon. This is Sylvia. Welcome to my vlog. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia. I'm about fitness and lifestyle. If you're not new, that means you're an ongoing viewer or hopefully a subscriber. Thank you so much for the support. It's Tuesday. It's so funny, I thought it's Wednesday. It's Tuesday the 10th of September. It's lunch hour and I'm just seated in my car and I'm thinking. And I was doing, yesterday evening when I was going home, I said I'm doing a, did I say voiceless video? No, I meant a faceless video. And I'm just trying out something new. I wanted to do a faceless intro as well, but I realized I have nothing to give you focus on, and so I had to just let you focus on this face. But I've been thinking a lot lately, and when I have those thinking a lot lately, I come to the car and I sit and I speak to God, and we have the friendship conversations, and I want to share with you in those friendship conversations. You know, we are told when you're speaking to God, don't necessarily just speak to him as though he's in heaven, because he says he's always there with us. So even just sometimes sitting like this and I pretend like he's here on the passenger seat and we have conversations, and they've been fruitful. So lately, since June, I told you something happened in early June which brought me to seeing just how fickle life is. I think some of those scares and things that you never really expect to happen to you until it does, and you realize that you probably lived your life thinking you have plenty of time, until one day you realize it's not now. But then when it does happen to be now, it's really going to be now, and you will not have time to look back and say, I wish I could rewind this particular moment, or I wish I could redo it again. 7 years ago, day like today, September 10th, I lost a very good friend of mine, and it's probably the nostalgia that I'm having today. I've had it since yesterday. But then I felt lately like my life is so dead boring. To be honest, I am surrounded by a lot of people who have boring lives. But that's never been me, Njeri. Since I was a small child, I've been about adventure, and I've loved adventure. And I don't know at what point in my life I became so afraid to live my life to the bloody fullest. I don't know what point in my life I got to thinking so much before I do something. And when you think about it, you overanalyze it, and then you get paralyzed and you just stop on your feet and you're like, it's not a good idea. And my life has become, as a result, it has become a lot of routine and a lot of the same time. I mean, a lot of the same thing. I find myself living the same. It's probably very interesting to someone else, and I'm not saying in terms of what I have or what I don't have. I'm just basically saying how I live it. It's been so calculated. I don't think it's upon us to calculate life. Somebody somewhere who doesn't sleep or slumber does the calculations for us, but I chose upon myself to help God calculate, and as a result, I have all this untapped adventure inside me. I have all these things I want to do that I'm really restricted to, in as much as being careful, you know. And a lot of us have that. We are so careful to not make mistakes that we end up just existing and not living. And I want to have adventure. And I want to go back to that 10-year-old I was. When I was 10 and less, I'd just scare my family, because I used to carry my dolls in a bag. I had 2 dolls, Cindy and I don't remember. Oh, Cindy and Paulette. And I used to carry Cindy and Paulette, put them in a kakiondo, I think my mom's chondo, and then I'd go for adventure. But then we used to be those kids who were locked inside, like mcheze kwa compound. My mother never allowed for the house help to let us out of the gate. So msiniulize how I used to get out of the gate, because anyway, when I'd come back later and everyone is running mad over alienda wapi, I'd get beaten so hard. But the funniest thing, I still went again. And I'd walk so far from home, kilometers away from home, like 4, ati nimeenda adventure. And I remember where I used to go for that adventure, Nairobi River ilikuwa inapita. And I used to make it fantasize. I used to fantasize in my head that this is a lake. And I'm just traveling. I don't know what those adventures, and I used to call them adventures. I want to go back to that Njeri who was so adventurous, and I thank God now there's no one to beat me when I get home. I thank God now I have a family I can take with me. God has blessed me with a car, tunaweza ingia hapa ndani and just go for those adventures. And I remember during COVID, I think the last time I lived and felt I've lived was during COVID. It's unfortunate, people lost loved ones, people got health issues, and a lot of bad things happened to some people. People lost jobs, businesses, but I'll have to say this and let God be called God and glorified where glory belongs to him. COVID was my best time in this world. Like, if ever there was a time I realized God has power, he's in control. Now, by the way, he can decide, shut off, systems shut off everyone in this world. I think imejizima, but it's okay, because you can see me. I don't want to exhaust the car battery, so ni sawa tu. I had switched on the car light. But if there ever was a time I realized God has full control, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. He can say, by the way, stand still, stop, kila mtu statue, freeze. Schools closed, the whole world, si country moja, the whole world went into a freeze. Work from home or don't work at all. You don't even have to go to church. You can do online or just don't do. You know, like that time I lived, COVID time. Oh my God, I lived. It's funny, that's even the time I cut my hair. Hair I had shielded for years. Nilikuwa na imagine kunyoa nywele and I'm like, oh my God, itamea. But then that time I was like, F it. I even cut my hair. So I want to live like that again. I'm tired of routine. I'm tired of lack of adventure. I'm tired of watching every day just go by. Like, I come to work, stare at the same people for all these goddamn years, do the same work every goddamn day, stare at the same goddamn screen, and then drive the same goddamn road home. Jesus Christ. And the highlight of my day is just sincerely my husband and my child. And my child being the greatest. Why? Every day she's a different person. She has different opinions. She's growing. She's different. She says different things. And every day I'm looking at her like, wow. Now she knows how to do her own calculations from a calculator. And that's literally the only person in my life who's growing right in front of my eyes. And everyone else I'm seeing around me is just doing the same things and being so goddamn careful. Who told us to control life and decide what to be careful about and not? And I'm not saying go spread your legs or go steal or just spend all the money you have in your accounts and whatnot. But hi, Bwana, let's live. Let me live. One of the common things people believe in that I don't necessarily believe in is age. And I thank God every day for that. I don't believe in age. I don't believe in saying ule ni mzee. Never have, to be sincere. Never have. I find myself getting into nice and better conversations with people who are way younger than me as opposed to people who are my age or older. I don't know why. Probably because they live. So I don't believe in age. I'm not one to think I'm too old to do this. No, I've never been in that box. Sijajieka kwa hiyo box. I'm too old for this, or I'm too young for this, or I should look at like this at a certain age. And I thank God for that, because then that helps me not to limit myself. against so many things, because again, even a lot of things I'm able to do physically at this stage of my life, a lot of people my age either don't want to do it or don't believe they can do it. I'm not for that school of thought, and I thank God for that. Another common belief that I do not believe in is riches are given because you're giving. You're blessed because you give a lot. I believe every person is entitled to riches. Why? Because there's evidence in the Word of God, plenty of it. If I went into it right now, we'd be studying theology na tutakuwa sisi wote pastors. There's i.e. the story of the prodigal son. When your father is rich, and he's rich and he owns everything else everything in this world, then by default, it doesn't matter how cruel, disgusting, or annoying you are, you just are rich, you know. And I look at the examples of the people, most of the wealthiest people in this world. It's not because they are very nice or very good. And so all these difficulties and problems we give ourselves every day, trying to be so good, ukijiambia akindakuwa tu mfit, God atanbless, akindakuwa mdosi, and it ends up just frustrating you, because if it doesn't happen, then you're like, I was shortchanged. And I've come to believe with all my heart that it has absolutely nothing to do with me, but with God. And everything is just God. And now I just want to look up to Him and live my life, not trying to be nice to people, not trying to be nice to the church, not trying to be everything that sometimes I'm tired of being, because when I was growing up, the church instilled it in me, drilled it in my grizzly head, that you must be this and that, you must walk like this and that, talk like this and that for God to bless you. It has absolutely nothing to do with Njeri. It's God all the way. And so yeah, those are the sorts of thoughts I have when I come to the car and I speak to my God as a friend. And I think about myself and look at the things ni mimi nimejifungia, and nobody else in this life amenifungia. I give gratitude for everything I have, even having a car to come and sit in and do this, what I'm doing right now. I don't take that for granted. Yeah, so now that's my intro. That's my intro. So I'm going to continue with my faceless vlog. Welcome. One of the best things you can do for me is subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you do subscribe, kindly watch. It may not all be champagne and Chardonnay, but watch, like, share, and by all means comment. Welcome and thank you very much. I was taking an afternoon walk around Upper Hill and I bumped into this beautiful outdoor fountain. Just look at how beautiful it is. I hope I'm not interfering with this life. Just live it. Just live life. Still went for our ice cream date after church on Sunday. We didn't walk you through the whole shenanigans, but yes, we did do ice cream after church. These wangwashes for my breakfast on Monday. That's my office workstation. You will notice, okay, that's my bottom drawer where you see my utensils. I have my own serviettes, my own paper coasters that I use to out on the right, and I have my laptop. I have not that beautiful thing that I place my laptop on. It helps with posture. It keeps the laptop raised, and of course it keeps the laptop from hitting the table. I have my extension line, I have my extension cable. Right at the edge there, those are my microphones for my vlogs, of course. Then what else do I have on this table? I have my reading drawer that has my organized nice pens. Of course, the common utilities that I have stationery for my work table. I have my Monday meal. That is homemade fries from leftover from Sunday, and then these fresh beef fries with some kachumbari. That's what I'm having on Mondays. I'm trying to eat like clean because yes, I have workout in the evening and I need the energy. So that's my lunch for Monday, and that's my workstation. It's colorful. You'll note that I'm about color, and I'm probably not very organized, but I like to think of myself as organized, and it gives me joy to just sit there and enjoy and look at colorful, beautiful things. Hi, hola. How you doing? Today is Monday the 9th of September. It's Tisa Tisa, 9/9/24. This is a day for body and soul. Welcome. I started a quiet vlog. I'm trying something different. I'm doing a quiet vlog. And I was to speak to you today when I'm at Body and Soul, but my students have all cancelled, which is just as well because look at this weather. Just out of the blue, it started raining. When I was leaving the office, I left the office at 20 minutes past 4, and it's now 37 minutes past 4. No, yeah, actually, yeah, almost 40 past. That's like 20 minutes. It's taken me 20 minutes to get here. I'm almost home. And it's raining. It's raining, guys. When I left the office, it was hot. In fact, it's been hot even just a few minutes ago. But now suddenly, it's raining and it's still hot. I don't know what's going on. But I'm glad I've come home. Because first and foremost, right now I'd be seated there in the car at my Body and Soul venue. I'd just be seated in the car waiting for 6 p.m. Probably taken a short nap, and there I was ready with everything today. I had everything: the speaker full of charge, the iPad full of charge. Kuko na construction inaendelea, so yeah. Forgive the messy road and the lorries. It's just even the tunaishi ushago. This is like a shags. So yeah, I had everything, my routines, but lo and behold, here we are, and I'm going home. I just wanted to show you this bipolar weather. Although I like it because it's drained the dust off, this would be a good evening to take a run. But let me rest. Mungu akitupatia the chance to rest, let me take it, and at least vumbi imemalizwa kwa barabara, so I can run maybe tomorrow or the day after. Talk to you later. Allow me to show you something. I'm trying to zoom in for you to see that rainbow. Can you see the rainbow? Oh my God, it's so beautiful. That's a rainbow. Hallelujah.